Good news is you don't need to know about this yet, but you'll need to know about it later. And the good news for you is you can tell that we're already talking about stuff you'll need to know soon. So you're going to need to know the stuff we're telling you need to know now. How about that for sending you around the corners?
Put that on a t-shirt.
I know, right?
Help me with hip-hop. Let's get it right. Protect your patience. Day and night. Donna and David, the experts on your side. Help me with hip-hop. Let's get it right.
So, Donna, I'm going to declare 2026 will be the year that we talk more about AI than anything else.
I thought that was last year.
We're going to up the ante this year. I mean, there's so much happening. We've got, as we're recording this, there are some major AI wars happening, if you want to call it that. And then you got Anthropic and the mythos. I'm kind of torn with this. Part of me is like, is it really that dangerous and that good? Or are they marketing for something so that when they finally release it to the public, everybody's going to jump all over it because it's something you're not supposed to have. It's so amazing. But that aside, it is amazing. It's always amazing. Every iteration of AI becomes more amazing. You've got ChatGPT and those folks over there have just released some major things that's now starting to compete with what Claude and Cowork is doing and OpenClaw and all these other things. I think this year we're going to see a lot more AI agentic stuff. We already are. And we're going to see a lot more things where AI is just going to start doing things for you, not just answering questions and giving you information. It's already there, but I think there's still a little bit of a technical piece people have to kind of jump through. So for the masses, I don't think people are using it. But people like you and I'm using it right now. Actually, it's running in the background. And I'm building, one of the things I did this week is I literally built out a team of 9 different agents that run together to go out and pull information to create content for certain things. And it's an entire basically marketing team that's all AI, all automated. It does everything, and it's working pretty good.
So you're going to build that for the podcast?
I really like having Krista have work to do. So, but all that said, I know what I'm using.
Yeah.
And I know what AI tools are there. But what I don't often know is what AI my vendors are using. So I buy a tool or I use a vendor that I don't think or know that they have AI in the background somewhere. And I have zero control over that. I don't know what controls they have in place. I don't know what security's going on. I don't know where they're feeding it.
I don't know if they know what they're doing with it at all.
I don't know anything other than the fact I know that third-party vendor risk has always been an issue. And now we're pouring gas on the fire.
Well, that's comforting. I'm glad everybody tuned in to hear you say that, David.
It's a thing.
It is. It is a thing. So not only do we have to vet the AI tools we know we're getting, but we have to vet the AI tools that we don't know we're getting.
Yes. Yes, we do.
Got it. All right. That's why I was doing this, you didn't invite AI because so many people are like, I'm not using it. I don't want any part of it. And I'm like, you're missing the boat. It is great, but you've got to use it responsibly.
I don't think there's such a thing anymore that I'm not using AI. I don't think you can even use the internet the way you did 2 years ago and not be using AI. You may not think you're doing it, but if you're doing a Google search, you're probably hitting some kind of AI mode or something that's kicking. So you are absolutely using AI. No doubt about it.
Which is exactly my point when I say AI wasn't on your guest list, but they showed up anyway.
That's right. So fortunately, though, we're not just going to talk about it. You're going to solve the world's problems in 30 minutes or less.
No. But we're going to at least give you something to try to make it better, to help. That's always all we can do, right? Is to say, we can't wave our magic wand, although David tries a lot, but it's mostly he's trying to put negative spells on things, not positive ones, so we don't want to go into that. But no matter how we look at it today, we know, and you put it in healthcare, and now you've added a whole nother layer because now you got patient safety and all these other things to worry about. And that's why the Cybersecurity Working Group, the Health Sector Coordinating Council, Cybersecurity Working Group, has released the Third-Party AI Risk and Supply Chain Transparency Guide, which I'm not going to say a lot. And we were all talking about not having a good acronym, and then Greg came up with one. 3PAIR.
Okay.
P-A-R, A-I-R. Third party risk, AI risk. I thought it was pretty good. 3PAIR. So there's some things you could do with that otherwise, but we're going to go with 3PAIR for now. Just know it could change its names. It could go into witness protection. But with 3PAIR was just released along with the AI glossary. That was my baby, and it won't get the same fanfare as all the stuff does. But there is an AI glossary trying to standardize the terminology that we use across all these documents that are coming, and there are several that are being developed right now. This is just the first one. We've got at least 2 others that are queued up already, and 1 or 2 others coming after that. So, the thing, when I was trying to write up how we were going to embrace the chaos, that's where I got to. Just, I got nothing else. Just embrace the chaos. It's already there. It's already happening. You can't just stand there and say, I'm not going to worry about it and put your head in the sand. And you can't say, I'm not going to do it and try to avoid it. None of that's going to work. So come on, jump on the ride. You got to go one way or another. You might as well just embrace it because it's there.
Yep.
It's already there. We've been telling you it's already there. It's already there. And even if you're not buying it, you're buying it. You don't know you're buying it, but you're buying it.
That's right.
It's more of our...
That is right.
It's more of our same old stuff of it's a fact-specific determination. However, I feel certain that you've got things like EHR has AI features. Your billing tools have AI features. Support teams that you're helping with, they have AI things. You reach out to get support for something, there's AI tools that you're dealing with. Your security tools starting to have AI things, right? I'm going to ask you that one. I'm not going to go out there too far. That's your job.
Yeah. I mean, you've got right now, there's this big case about dictation AI where it was recording conversations and patients weren't even aware of it. Now, it wasn't that the doctors weren't aware or the practices, hospitals, whatever, whoever were using it. It was that they never made the patients aware. They were, gathering all this information and feeding it into AI and all that. So, I mean, we're in uncharted territory on a lot of this stuff. And unfortunately, the way most of these things end up getting guide rails around it is through lawsuits.
Well, and I mean, that was a topic we just had in the Garden Club Hangout. I think we talked about that last week. We just had that discussion about getting patient consent before you're going to use AI to, even in the transcription, to listen to you. It's different if it's going to transcribe the doctor's dictation. It's listening to the doctor, but people are uncomfortable that it's listening to them, and what is it going to do with their voice? And it's fair. That's not wrong.
I mean, some people are like vehemently against AI. Like they don't want to partake at all in any of that. And so now you've got them coming into your clinic or practice, and all of a sudden they find out you've introduced them to AI without their consent. I mean, it's not going to go well.
Yeah.
Yeah. And of course, anytime you've got 3 or 4 people or more complaining about something, class action lawsuit lawyers are going to show up.
Mm-hmm. And well, the fact that we're saying you need to have consent, and everybody's like, well, how are we going to do? We can work out asking for consent, but what are we going to do when the patient says no? Because our workflows are built with this just assumed. And I'm like, that would be part of your risk management, is managing that, because you can't violate the privacy request of the patients at the same time. And you don't want to be some of those test cases. Nay, I say.
Yeah. Well, what they commonly will do is bury it deep into the other 20 pages of things they have to sign. And so people just don't read it. Like, your appointment's in 15 minutes. Here, read through these 15-page documents and sign them. Like, you don't have time for that.
Well, or they tell you to come 30 minutes early and people screech in 5 minutes beforehand, then they want that extra time. I spent a lot of time with my dad recently at a lot of different appointments and seen a lot of things in there's a few times where I'm like, maybe I should tell them about a change they should make to their NPP while I'm sitting there bored reading it. Lots of, I just don't. But for the most part, we know, and here's one of your favorite words, David, AI is proliferating.
It definitely is.
So
it definitely is.
If we don't have formal oversight, what does that mean?
Things just run absolutely wild.
It's like the people who are like, where are the parents of these children at the restaurant? Yeah.
Yeah. It's more like when you're out burning something and you have to, you dig an area around it to control the burn.
Well, you should.
Yeah. Or at the very least, you pull out the water hose and you wet the grass around it. But, as I'm talking about that, we have a burn ban going on.
I know. Then you see a spark coming out of the flame and you're like, where are you going, little fella? Yeah, same kind of thing. But from where we are now, just like the fire could blow up in your face, any minute, AI could blow up in your face.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you think you don't have it, it could blow up in your face. And
just this morning, you'll love this because we talked about mythos. Just this morning, I read an article, just one of those quick blurbs, that some bad actors have already got access to Mythos through a third-party vendor that was given access to Mythos.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Wow.
Already.
Yeah. It's good stuff. And the good news is you don't need to know about this yet, but you'll need to know about it later. And the good news for you is you can tell that we're already talking about stuff you'll need to know soon. So you're going to need to know the stuff we're telling you need to know now. How about that for sending you around the corners?
Put that on a t-shirt.
I know, right? But the bottom line is this 3-pair is just the first document, and we talked about all the different things that we have coming out for AI on purpose a while back during October, November, and because we're bringing in new levels of risk in ways that you can't even comprehend. So it's coming in everywhere. It's not your normal vendor risk management, which people didn't like to do anyway, and we kept saying you really need to do. Now, it's just getting worse because it's like, what is that quote that was in the guide? Opacity. I knew it was another word you'd like. Opacity in AI supply chains elevates systemic exposure and risk, which is basically what we say. You don't know what you don't know until you know it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's right.
So the guide is to give you not like a lot of things we do are checklists, and that's what everybody wants. That is not what this is. This is more like crap, I need to manage AI. It's going to be in here, right? It's a life cycle. It talks about, of course, we have to write things in certain terminology. You can't be as basic as you and I like to be. So the guide is not one of those that we're going to tell you sit down and read end to end. We're going to say use what you need when you need it, but you need to understand that you need it. There's going to be a lot of that I already see in this episode of Talking in a Circle. So they do have a phased approach of how you go about it, and it's talking about you've got all these different phases, and you can use the guide when you're in any of the phases. Just use it when you're in any of the phases. The key is use it. But it's like what you should be doing before you buy AI, while you're buying it, when you deploy it, while it's running, when it breaks, and when it's done. It's thinking about everything. And the full life cycle, as they like to say.
Yeah. Yeah, because, I mean, we haven't even got to the point where we're retiring old AI for new AI, really. So.
But it'll happen.
Oh, yeah, it will. Now, certainly you can look at things like moving to a different platform or a different context model or something like that. So it's still going to apply.
Yeah. And so the good news is they do make a point of saying not every problem requires an AI solution.
What?
I know. See, so it's not telling you got it.
I had a conversation the other day with a group of MSPs, and everybody was like, how many people have their clients asking for some type of AI solution? Everybody raised their hand. And it's like, how many people have clients that ask for an AI solution actually understand what they want? Like everybody's hand came down. It's like they don't know what they want. They just want it.
No, they just know they're supposed to want it. So,
well, they keep hearing the whole thing about if you don't use AI, that you're going to get left behind and you're going to be out of business. And so it's like, okay, we got to have it. We just don't know why or where, but we got to have it or we'll be out of business.
And that's what the phase 0 is all about. It prevents unnecessary AI adoption and ensures the exact phrase. Not every problem requires it. Phase prevents unnecessary AI adoption and ensures that when AI is pursued, there is clear strategic alignment and understanding of the risk profile before resources are committed to actually even doing a vendor evaluation. Let's start here. Let's don't just say so-and-so's using this vendor, we should go get it. No. Back up. Start before that. So focus on the value that you're going to get, please. Please focus on actually getting value from it, I mean, we certainly do. I even, do a review regularly, what should we be using? What should we be doing to make ourselves more productive with AI, not just that we're using it.
Yeah. Yeah. I think by the time, I'll say sometime in 27, if not earlier, we'll start hearing the term AI debt.
Debt?
Yeah. AI debt.
What are you talking about?
So that is everything has a cost to it. So it's either costing you in time or money, or like technical debt where you've got a lot of technology in place and it costs you something to use it. We're going to have the same thing. We have AI debt where people have all these AI tools in place. It's costing them either time and or money, and they're either not using them, they're not getting value out of them, there's no ROI on them. They just have them there, or their team is having to interface with AI tools that aren't really doing the jobs they need to do. So it's creating more debt for the business. So it's AI debt. You'll hear it.
All right. You've probably already read it somewhere and you're acting like you made it up. I know you.
Not me. I don't read.
Jeez. So you go out and you decide, I don't need AI to solve this problem, but I need to solve this problem, so I'm going to hire this vendor to do it. Not looking for AI, but guess what they're doing? Using AI.
Mm-hmm.
The question is, are they using AI to solve the problem that you think you don't need AI to solve? That's where you invite the vendor but they bring AI with them to the party and don't tell you until they show up. And sometimes they're going to be a really nice party guest where you really don't mind. Oh, it's very nice to meet them. And other times it's like, who the hell brought them?
Yeah.
And I know you know what I'm saying. I know it's happened with you. And usually it's a family member, but we'll move on from that. But you know, as they say in the South, we have all the crazy family members, but we don't hide them. We put them on the front porch, bring them a mint julep, say, "Hey, how y'all doing?" That's what you need here. Is you need to know that they're actually out there and doing things, and that the vendors actually spent some time understanding what this AI is going to do with your data and with the services that you get. Because people don't understand, this changes over time. You know, there's all kinds of things like drift, and I mean, there's a lot of concepts that people don't even understand about where this is taking them. And if you don't even understand what kind of trouble you're getting in, how can you vet it properly?
Right. And then it can change on you, you know, on a dime. You know, 6 months ago, it was only doing 1, 2, and 3, and now it's doing 8, 9, and 10 also, and you didn't know that.
Oh, yeah. I just found out one of the tools we use. I'm like, yeah, what you're doing with AI, I'm not really interested in, doesn't help us. Well, they've added like 4 more things, and I missed it. But 3 of those 4 more things I'm really interested in looking into because it could save us a ton of time. So it's not just, you know, it's not just your vendor, but it's your vendor's vendors. I mean, we've said the supply chain runs deep. AI is changing just how important it is to understand that and deal with it. And that's why this guide is really there. It's got some really great stuff because things like contracts. Hello, your contract now has to manage AI. Both your what I'm buying from you and expecting from you contract and, wait for it, BAA.
What?
You gotta have, I mean, you're gonna let them train on your data? Is AI gonna make changes to things? You know, what transparency do you have? Because bottom line is, all the standard licensing agreements that we've always had, they're not going to work anymore. They're not sufficient. And the good news is, there's all of these templates come with the guide, which is exciting. I mean, we're trying to give you actual tools you can use. And it has a whole bunch of things, but, well, let's hit we'll hit that in a minute. It has a use case justification template and risk level definitions, a sample AI governance policy, which, by the way, it'll be part of the overall governance document, which talks about all governance of AI within your organization. That's coming out next. This is just the beginning piece of it. Inventory management, how do you do that? RACI, which everybody's into, but I don't know that most people. Anyway, roles and responsibilities, that's a RACI matrix. Sample contract language for both the commercial contract and the BAA. AI-specific vendor assessment questions for procurement and GRC. Remember, you can't do RC without G.
That's right.
Oh.
Yep. Did a whole show on that one.
User training completion checklist and a complete training curriculum.
Oh, wow. How much is that going to cost?
The list is free. One of the things that we're also working on, because I'm on the AI team with CWG, and one of the things we're working on is, can we build a repository of where you can get AI training? Some of it, you know, obviously we're looking for things that are free, low, or no cost. Others maybe have a cost attached to it, but we want to build a repository that says, we believe these are decent, reliable training. It's It's not just listen to the guy on YouTube kind of thing. So that's one of the other things that we're doing. We're building multiple things to assist in just how it's proliferating. Yeah. Quality assurance, verification, and validation recommendations. So a lot of those things, because as we always say, this is not an IT thing. It's patient safety. So you're looking at the potential to impact clinical decisions, the way operations run that can overlook things. It can impact outcomes for care, and a tiny little error. It can be subtle, and it's not always known, but these failures, they could be gradual, hard to detect, but also devastating when we talk about the impacts to patient care. And that's the real reason that we built these tools and guidance and things to help. So there's a link, obviously, in the show notes. All right, I'm tired. I can't even remember the word show notes. But just like all the other things that we produce through the HSCC CWG, the intent is, as it always says, it's by the sector, for the sector. It's all these people that do work in healthcare who have expertise getting together. And I mean, we did, when we first started last year on developing these things, it was, what do we need to develop for it? That's where we started. What do we need to develop for AI for the sector? What? Mm-hmm. Not, hey, we need this. I think we came up with 15 items. That's a lot. We're not doing 15. We kind of merged a few.
Yeah.
But there is a lot that has to be dealt with. This is a great place for anybody to start, regardless of the size or complexity of the organization. If you already think you have it under control, this would be a great place to check, to see.
Yeah, prove it.
Yeah, if you've thought of these things. It's also a great place to reference when you say, yeah, we're doing this, here's why. Here's the guide. Let me print it out and tell you all about it. But you will find some really gems of information in there, along with some tools that should be helpful. And as always, we strongly suggest, highly encourage. What's some other way we could put it? Y'all should just go do it.
It would behoove you.
It would behoove you. All I think of is hooves. Yeah. Horses and cows. Anyway, the important thing to know is there are all kinds of components. Everything from the governance policy development, which is, the beginning, procurement, contract and legal protections, how to do the inventories, all these things we've been telling you need to do, even response and recovery planning, incident response and disaster. All these things we've been telling you need to do. There's the nuggets in there on how to deal with it for the vendor. Next thing coming up that's going to come sooner rather than later. And I'm not saying how soon, because never make commitments on these things. I just know it's coming soon. Is the governance document that will cover all of those for everything. So this would be a great place. Go ahead and get started now so that you can start to grasp it from this perspective, and it may help when you're looking at the rest of it.
That's right. Because it ain't going to get any easier.
No. It's one of those things where I tell people when we're like, you really need to have us come work with you on your HIPAA stuff. You've told us enough about it. Well, no, I want to get things under control before I have you come in. It ain't going to happen.
That sounds like my wife. It's like, we need to get a housekeeper to come in and do a spring cleaning. Well, I need to clean up before they get here. What?
Okay. I know. There's certain things you do have to do. I will admit it. But often more is done than should. We'll just go with that, won't we, David?
Yeah. I'm just like, pick up your drawers. That's it. Just all you got to do.
Yeah. You know, get the clutter out of the way and move with it. There you go. So, all right. So go to healthsectorcouncil.org. And there's a lot of other things that are happening through the sector that we're trying to roll out that we'll be covering in the coming weeks, including a really cool thing, which is the Operation Vital Signs, I think is what it's called. A sector-wide desktop exercise.
Oh, nice.
I know. It's kind of cool. So stay tuned.
Lots more coming.
Yeah, I know. Same bat time, same bat channel for those of you old enough to know what that means.
That's right. All right. That is our show for today, folks. Thanks for listening. Be sure to join us again next week. And until then, remember, for Donna and myself, the HIPAA is not about compliance. It's about patient care.
You've been listening to the Help Me with HIPAA podcast, hosted by Donna Grindle and David Sims. The show created to help you with HIPAA. For more information or to ask us a question, visit our website at helpmewithhipaa.com. Neither Donna Grindle or David Sims are attorneys, and they do not offer binding legal advice concerning regulatory compliance. The information in this podcast should not be relied upon or construed as legal advice in any way. Consult your attorney for legal advice concerning compliance with HIPAA regulations.